पुष्पा नाम सुन के फ्लावर समझे क्या? फायरे में. What up everybody and welcome to my channel, Rob Gets Real. I'm Rob and today I'll be talking about a massive hit that's taken over Bollywood by storm. Pushpa! Alright, so here's the thing. I don't usually watch Telugu originated movies, but something about this movie's poster caught my eye. As you can see, it's not a very descriptive poster, and to be honest, it doesn't tell me anything about the story. The poster displays just the main character, Pushpa, played by Allu Arjun, who is sitting and staring at the camera. But I saw an atmosphere of what the movie would be like. The poster got me intrigued. Pushpa is the main protagonist's name, and usually Pushpa is a girl's name and it means flower. But as I watched the movie, I learned that his full name is actually Pushparaj, which means king of flowers in Sanskrit. But let me tell you something, this man is no flower. He's actually a pretty smart and calculated character whose confidence level caught me by surprise. I mean, I haven't seen a character on film with so much confidence in a really long time. For example, there's a scene earlier on in the movie when he quits his factory job on the spot simply because he refuses to bow down to the owner who had just walked in. And that's when people realize that this character is special. His ego will either make him rule the world or die trying. The story follows Pushpa, who smuggles red sandalwood. This is a rare wood found in Andhra Pradesh. With Pushpa's quick thinking and unique ideas to smuggle the red sandalwood, he quickly becomes a prominent leader on the red sander smuggling network. Hence the title, Pushpa, The Rise, Part 1. Now there are things I liked about the movie. The origin movie is Telugu. However, I watched the Hindi dubbed version of the movie, and to my surprise, I forgot that it was dubbed after 5 minutes into the movie. The voice actors did a really good job in displaying emotions through their voice acting while matching the actors' actions and demeanor on screen. Along with Hindi and Telugu, the movie's massive success has gotten it dubbed in Tamil, Malayalam, and Kannada. Pushpa is played by actor Allu Arjun, who is a superstar in India. However, he doesn't rely on his fame and prior success to propel this movie. You can tell he's put in effort in this because it is a physically demanding role, and it looks like he's actually put in hard labor for this role. His unique swag with the tilted shoulder and his unique strut, Allu Arjun fully embraced this role and acted the hell out of it. We're introduced to Pushpa where he's smuggling the sandalwood and his truck gets stopped by cops. And I start thinking, okay, here we go again. He's gonna beat up these cops, no problem, no issues, and then basically move on with the story. However, to my surprise, he actually started to bribe them and to let him pass instead of relying on his physical violence right away. And what was even more surprising was that the cops actually managed to arrest him. The main character in the film is defeated and arrested? What am I watching? Even while arrested and in the cop's car, he starts offering bribes to the police officers to release him. This kind of gave me Pablo Escobar vibes from Narcos TV series because he always tried to bribe his way out of trouble and majority of the time it worked. However, there are action scenes that are so ridiculous. They're just fun to watch. And if you enjoy them, honestly, there's no shame in it. Growing up with Bollywood movies, I'm used to the hero standing there and taking on 20 thugs, who for some reason would just come at him one at a time. I went into this movie with the same expectations. But, honestly, the way Tollywood shoot their fight sequences is quite mesmerizing. Can I just add that Bollywood unsuccessfully tries to mimic these slow-mo, various angle fight scenes, but they don't achieve it like how Tollywood does. For example, there's a scene when Pushpa is blindfolded and taken into the forest to be executed. Some stuff happens and he's able to run, outmaneuver, and beat up several thugs, all while getting glimpses of what's happening around him through the bottom of his blindfold. At this point, it's just popcorn fun. Lastly, the interaction between Pushpa and the cop, who's played by Fahad Fasil, is intense and entertaining. Like, this cop is ruthless, and he lets you know right away that he's not messing around. There's a scene when he just straight up shoots an arrested criminal who's sitting behind him in his cop car just because he wanted to recline his chair. I found the dialogue exchange between Pushpa and this cop to be interesting. Pushpa uses his wits to disarm and humiliate the cop rather than relying on some grand, over-the-top physical violence. But still, this cop left quite the impression, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he will do in the second installment. No movie is perfect, and neither is this one. The movie is 3 hours long, and some may argue that this is required for world building. However, I'm basing my thoughts on what I saw, and this movie had no damn reason being so long. It could have been cut down by 30 to 45 minutes with the proper edits and irrelevant storylines being cut out. But more on that in a second. I felt the editing of this movie was quite abrupt at times, going from funny scenes to serious scenes, and it felt unnatural at times. Now back to the irrelevant storylines. I think they could have skipped the whole love story between Pushpa and his girlfriend Shrivalli. It felt forced and didn't make sense to me how she didn't like him the entire film until one pivotal point, and then all of a sudden they're a couple? I found it weird that the relationship was advancing on the transaction of money. Shrivalli was getting money from Pushpa's friend to look and smile at Pushpa. Then Pushpa's friend arranged to pay her more to kiss Pushpa. Pushpa, knowing about these transactions, still wanted it, which didn't fit his character, as he's shown throughout the movie in respecting the dignity of women. It was a weird way to establish their romance and felt the awkward interactions slowed down the movie. Alright, so let's get real. This movie has two separate fan bases. They either love it completely or don't care for it at all, mostly due to the runtime, and I can see why. However, it's an entertaining film. I would recommend giving it a shot, as this is just the first part. If you don't like it, you can always skip the second part, which is being released at the end of this year. So those are my thoughts on the film. If you like this review, hit the like and subscribe button down below, and see you next time on Rob Gets Real. Peace!